Hello everyone, a warm welcome, Jim Bennett, and welcome to this Z Trail. Today the trail is going up to something called the Brother Loch. We're on the south side of Glasgow, and this is part of the trail that takes us above East Renfrewshire Golf Club. So onwards and upwards, and during my little sojourn I'd like to share some insights with you. Some of you may know I've been a business performance coach for many years, and I find that being out in nature is really helpful. And anytime I have a particular problem or innovation and creativity, I'm looking for inspiration, I find that coming out in nature, running in nature, trail running is really helpful for me. So this is part of one of my normal trail runs. On here we've got unfortunately we've got a rabbit, and this I guess is about life and death as one goes on. And there's something about that, the cycle of life. What we're finding just now around the world is this pandemic that's quite a challenge for everyone. So how do we survive and be versatile? There's a time when to stop, there's a time when to walk, and there's a time when to reflect. It's about gaining wisdom, knowledge. So I'll take you with in my journey today. It's not a bad day, a lot of cloud cover, very little sunshine. I hear the greenkeepers' little quad bike in the distance, and there's something about that. There's a bit about maintenance. I see something over here, or straight ahead, that'll do just as well. So when we're confronted with issues or problems from time to time, got an example here. And we've got a style. It's one that's not used that frequently, but then we've got a style that helps us step up and step over onto the next pathway. And at times we may need a step up, a step over to help us. So who is it that I know within my community or group, within my company, that can help with a step up? A number of years ago there was an advert that talked about the man in the cupboard, your local banker, to help you out with finance, your coach, let's call it that way. It's a coach if the organisation is mature. Let's go this way rather than up through the hill. As one matures, it's more about coaching rather than telling. And people have asked me over the years, what's the difference between coaching and mentoring? Well, coaching is very much about creating situations. It's about where the energy, where the knowledge transfers from. In mentoring, we find that the more experienced person is doing a direct share of knowledge. Same as we find here with the professional in the golf course. Well, in one sense it can be direct mentoring, telling someone what to do. But then we get to a sense of maturity when we come into coaching. And what happens, the coach sets up the learning environment in such a manner that the coachee then gives feedback, gives the energy back to the coach to demonstrate they've got the learning principle, they've got the knowledge to apply it. if we're on this golf course, for example. Let me just take up the hill here. So we're on this hole 10, par 4. You like the Scottish words, clooties how. A clootie, or clootie dumpling, is food that's covered in a small sack or bag to be steamed. At one time, when making haggis, it used to be a sheep's stomach was used to put grain and meat and fruit within it. So we've got 229 yards. So coach would set it up in such a way clap clap. A coach would set it up in such a way, looking at how far have we to travel, what are the hazards. Do we try to get into the green on one, and we've got the hazards of sand just prior to it, or we come short and then it's a chip onto green and a putt, and that would be a par 3, that would be 1 under. So a lot of that is suggesting, creating an environment for learning. Well, this is now at the top of our first little hill as we're making our way across the golf course, and then we'll go through and up onto the open hillside. So we came from the far tree line. That's us heading through here. Heading across to the other side of the trees there. So we mentioned bunkers, keeping clear of bunkers, having a vision, a plan, where we're heading. It allows us to do a dynamic risk assessments. Yes. Walking, climbing, running, trail running, all involved the same. Dynamic risk assessments as we go. For orientation, we have the greenkeepers' sheds ahead of us. We have a break in the trees, and that allows us to head out into hillside. A quicker way of this, if it's golf course is busy, follow the initial road we were on, come up to the greenkeepers' sheds and follow the pathway to this gate. So we're heading up the hill, heading up to the top of the hill, heading over towards the Brother Loch. Let's head on up the hillside now. A little steady jogging take us up over the top. Just like everything in life, nice and steady. Many years ago I was in Singapore, and I was down at the harbour, and I happened to see a young lady. I thought, oh, she appeared to be jogging rather than running. But I discovered that it was very hot, be about 35 degrees, high humidity, and she was jogging, much at the pace I'm going just now. It's amazing how far one can travel with little steps. There's a sheep. And I was to find out later when I was trekking in Nepal. Same, nice, slow, steady pace, steady running. Yes, one can speed up from time to time, but depend on the journey, the distance. It's pacing oneself. Right. And they're curious. What's this guy? And they're shedding their winter coat. Well, that's us at the first step up the hill. We'll pop up over the top and go down to, say, the Brother Loch. A few thoughts just now. We've got our pandemic, if one would call it that, just now with the COVID-19, and there's various discussions and debates just now. Is this a true virus, or is this silent warfare for quiet minds? If you research that, you'll get a bit more detail on where I'm coming from in that one. But let's just take it is a virus. And many people that have had it and recovering are really very tired. It's like post-viral fatigue syndrome. I was very ill a number of years ago with myalgic encephalomyelitis, ME, or chronic fatigue syndrome. It's also been known as the illness of 100 names. Post-viral fatigue is one of them. But post-viral fatigue normally lasts only a matter of months, where ME, or chronic fatigue system, lasts for years. But I'd like to give a little bit of hope for people that have post-viral fatigue. It will come and go. And one of the greatest things I found is being able to get appropriate food, appropriate energy from food, and vitamins as well to supplement, support your immune system. There's not much sunlight today, but vitamin D, zinc, magnesium all add to it and will make you stronger. One time I was bedridden and for many months, constantly full of pain, and one day there was a little tap in my bedroom window. That was a little robin, and I made a commitment to myself that I would be able to get out again. As you can see, I'm out and I'm running. I'm still surviving. I'm a survivor of 6 heart stents and a wire repair to my abdominal aortic aneurysm. So keep on trucking, keep on going, giving some hope to you. You can recover, you can come back. It may take a little while, but you'll get stronger and get there. So let's pop up over the top to the next level. And you found that if you've done any hill walking at all, or trail running, you come to what one would call the false top. There's another one over the other side, till eventually you get to the top and you get a clear view. And then it's choice as to which avenue, which journey you'll take. And many people have said that, and I've said that there's many pathways to the mountain top. You may take the slow one or the fast one. It's entirely up to you. However, the view at the top is exactly the same for all of us. On. We're now up the top of this wee hill. It's Mearns Law, at a height of 240 metres, overlooking East Renfrewshire Golf Course. Quite a kind of rugged area with sheep grazing in the near distance. And on the horizon we see the Campsie Fells, a range of volcanic hills on the north of Glasgow, with the Earl's Seat at a height of 578 metres. Glasgow has a population of 612,000 and it's the third most populated city in the UK, covering an area of 68 square miles. With the multi-storey flats heading towards the area of Lamb Hill and the Campsie Fells. And now we're up the top of the hill at present time. The drone settings give us an overview of the small hillock really in reality. We're at the edge of a large wind farm as well, and more so over to the horizon. And we can see the Brother Loch through this little gate on the far side. So we'll navigate clear of the sheep and we'll head towards the Brother Loch.
Let's take a bird's eye view above our Brother Loch today. It's some 228 metres above sea level, and we'll say it's 4 miles south of Barrhead, and it's fine for pike, perch and roach fishing. It's a length of 660 metres with a breadth of 600 metres. A fine area to come and relax and let the worries of life just meander away. And it's great for its ruggedness and also for its soundscape, particularly of the geese and the ducks, intertwined by the sheep, letting us know that we're all there and allowing us to be at one, to be at freedom within nature.
And now we follow the trail down to the Brother Loch. It's a bit soggy underfoot, but let's go anyway. Normally when I come up here, particularly at winter time, there's a lot of ducks and geese here, which is really great, but they've left now for the summer. They're wintering over here. So we'll have a look here, let's see what's what. This looks like a kind of feeding area for the sheep. I think this is where the shepherd turns, doesn't about turn. But there's a wee cairn over there. Let's head down to the cairn and see what's what. It looks as if there's been, there's a bird there. It looks as if there've been people through here as well. It looks as if they're fishing across here. Nice little cairn. There we go. Very nice. Not particularly deep. I was thinking of swimming there, possibly later in the summer. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it should be fine. Quite shallow there. So, Brother Loch. There's the stile coming across. A couple of guys fishing again over the far side. I'll just leave it at that, I think.
As I said, at a height of 228 metres above sea level, it's actually a superb area for wild swimming, and it forms part of my triathlon training, up and down, getting the vibrations running and going in this beautiful remote location.
Well, that's been our little sojourn today, coming up to the Brother Loch. Quite pleasant. quite pleasant here. And we'll see how it goes. So until the next time, until we do our next Z Trail, all the best now. Bye now. Bye bye.